Good to see you. It's a brand new week. It's a brand new month. New show, too. I want to do a new show every day, Monday through Friday. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It is Monday, the first day of February, 2021. I am Dan Kuntz. Lots to get to today. Pretty busy day for you. Thanks for starting your day with us. Lots to get to. We've got news. We got weather. It's kind of cloudy, kind of foggy. It's going to be unseasonably warm this week. Whatever precipitation we get, at least here in the Wenatchee Valley and in most locations, is going to come down in the form of rain. Forecast details are coming up. We got some news to get to, as you might imagine. Also sports. Gonzaga's rolling right along, both the men and the ladies, in a big game this afternoon for the Louisville Cardinals, the number one ranked Lady Cardinals. See if Haley Van List's team can remain undefeated. They got a tough test today. Talk about that. We'll have the obscure holiday today in history, some celebrity birthdays. Everybody is entitled to Mike McNaughty's opinion, and I got one more video to show for you, or show to you, I should say, for the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. The Women Painters of Washington celebrated their 90th anniversary back in December, and they put together a cool little video with some, it's kind of a virtual tour through the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center with the exhibit that they had up. Judith Heim and Jennifer Evanhoose will be guiding you through that little video tour, again, courtesy of our friends at the museum. That's in the back half of the program. Hope you had a good weekend. Here we go. Let's see what we got outside our studios from the cross camera. Although we've had people say, how come, that must be really cool that you have your studios at the end of Wenatchee Heights. Well, we don't. It's just a camera. Our studios are here in beautiful downtown Wenatchee. 34 degrees, a little cloudy, a little foggy. Don't look for a lot of sunshine today. Going to have a few sunshine spots tomorrow, but National Weather Service nailed it right on the head. As far as the weekend forecast was concerned, it was kind of just there. There's a frontal system that's draped over the valley, and it's just kind of sitting there. It's not going anywhere. Our high and low on Saturday was 35 and 32. We get used to that, very little temperature variation. Yesterday, a little bit warmer, 39 and 32. Good morning to the Wenatchee Valley. From this point forward, Megan gets to decide, and I have to guess what we're looking at. And now that the days are starting a little earlier, it might be getting easier for me. Wow. Waterville camera? We got confirmation from Megan. That is the Waterville camera. That's the mighty Columbia that we're looking at. Way off into the distance in the upper left-hand corner is the Wenatchee Valley, and you can make out the river. You can make out the snow. Snow here in the Wenatchee Valley, except in places where it was plowed in parking lots, is all but gone now with the rain. A little bit of light rain that we had yesterday, and temperature near 40. You can expect some snow melt. Good morning to our friends up on the Waterville Plateau, looking back down over the Wenatchee Valley. A stunning view there. Camera number 3. Hello to Aranda Rock. Well, the Aranda Rock camera, anyway. One of our lower cameras comes in handy when we have low clouds and fog. We can use that one on a regular basis. You notice the days are getting longer. In fact, sunrise this morning, 7:26. Sunset tonight after 5 o'clock, 5:03. As a matter of fact, that'll give us 9 hours and 37 minutes of daylight. Getting about 90 seconds longer each day is, as we get closer and closer to spring, which can't come soon enough for me. And camera 4. Megan wants to go visit. Ooh, that's cool. Bear Mountain? Hey, I got one right. Bear Mountain. Good morning, Lake Chelan. Beautiful view from up there. Of course, the lake is low. It's dropped down, as it always is in the wintertime. It's amazing the engineering that can go into actually take a lake the size of Lake Chelan and make it 12 feet higher or lower at any one time. That's amazing. Engineering is kind of scary to me. I'm not very good at that. Good morning to Manson and all the folks up in the Lake Chelan area. Thanks for starting your day with us. Okay. 5 minutes after the hour from the National Weather Service. That way, if you don't like the weather, you can blame the government. Here's what we're looking at. Again, there's a frontal system that's been stalled for about the last day and a half. It's just going to sit here. It's not going to move really much at all today, so it's going to be unseasonably mild. Look at that. Rain today, most of it in the afternoon, high of about 40, 34 for the overnight low tonight. Starting tomorrow, that slow-moving front gets shoved off to the east. It's going to go off to see our friends in Montana, and that means unbelievably warm. Snow level will be at 5,000 feet On Tuesday, under partly cloudy skies, we'll get up to 48, 30 for the overnight low. Under fairly clear skies on Tuesday night. Wednesday, a little bit cooler because the clear skies are going to keep the blanket off, so we'll get sunshine for the most part of Wednesday and a high of 42. Now, the snow level is going to go right down to the valley floor on Wednesday night, but by the time it does so, all the precipitation or a chance of it will be gone, so it doesn't really matter because there's no rain or snow in the forecast for Wednesday night or into Thursday. Look at these high temperatures. 40 today, 48 on Tuesday, 42, 43, 45, 45, 44. Lots of warm air for what is supposed to be in the dead of winter. And the overnight lows are actually about normal. That's about what we should be for the overnight lows, right around the freezing mark, maybe a little above it. But the afternoon highs, which are normally this time of the year about 36 or 37, all of them across the board are going to be well above normal. So get ready for quite a dose of sunshine and some very warm temperatures, and whatever precipitation we get, again, will come down in the form of rain. Light rain today, a little bit of light rain tonight. Snow level is going to be way up there near 5,000 feet. So we're not looking for any kind of significant snow. It's actually, all things considered, for early February, pretty darn nice. All right, let's take you up to the major mountain passes. See what we got up there. I-90, Snoqualmie, you're fine. Go get them. Traction tires are, nope, no advisories, no restrictions, my bad. Roadway is bare and wet. Occasional rain is coming down on Snoqualmie Pass, and that's all you have to deal with, so you're fine there. A little bit of snow on Stevens, not much, not snowing too hard, but you got some snow and slush on the roadway on US 2 Stevens, so traction tires are advised there. It's not snowing particularly hard, and from what I'm able to see from the Stevens Pass camera, I'm seeing quite a bit of asphalt. Do we not have that camera up and running, Megan? Apparently we don't. In any event, oh, there we go. So you can see there's quite a bit of asphalt there, but we're okay. Traction tires are advised. Snowing lightly, not really sticking to the roadway right at the summit. You'll find some snow and slush there. Light rain coming down on Blewett Pass. No advisories, no restrictions there. Roadway is bare and wet. Any snow today is going to be pretty much relegated to Stevens Pass, and even then they're not going to get a lot. About an inch. A couple of inches tonight on Stevens, a couple of inches on Tuesday. 2 to 4 inches is in the forecast for Tuesday night for Stevens Pass, but Blewett and Snoqualmie, they're not going to get really much snow at all. And then they go to a long dry period starting Wednesday and lasting right through Super Bowl weekend. Very little snow in the forecast. So the diciest drive is probably going to be Tuesday night into Wednesday morning if you're traveling over the mountain passes, and even then, it doesn't look too bad at all. So just a traction tire advisory on US 2 Stevens. No advisories, no restrictions on I-90, nor on Blewett. 8 minutes after the hour. Going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have your Monday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Low prices. Every aisle. Every department. Every day. We're working to save you money. Winco.
Now in Wenatchee at 1340 North Wenatchee Avenue.
My name is Lacey Haggerty, and I'm a nurse midwife with Columbia Valley Community Health. I love all aspects of my job because it is a profession that's very committed to empowering women to make decisions in their health care that feel best for them. It's incredibly valuable to me as a midwife that I get to take care of women throughout their whole lifespan. I hope to see you at a future visit because I know you'll love having midwifery care.
And we are back under foggy and some high clouds, 34 degrees. We'll hit 40 degrees today with just a couple of sun breaks and then bountiful sunshine for the balance of the week. Temperatures extremely mild for early February. Here are your headlines. A Wenatchee homeowner faces possible criminal charges for allegedly allowing illegal drug sales and use on her property. Wenatchee police say the Pearl Street property owned by 55-year-old Eva Schreinick has been a consistent nuisance with at least 30 reports of drug activity and multiple arrests of drug suspects using the property over the last couple of years. Police arrested Schreinick Skrinick on Wednesday on suspicion of maintaining a drug property. She was released on her own recognizance. Prosecutors have until close of business today to file any charges. East Wenatchee Police and Chelan County Sheriff's deputies are asking for the public's help in identifying a woman that they suspect of slashing tires on at least 4 cars. The agencies say the vandalism has occurred over the past 4 weeks in both Leavenworth and East Wenatchee. The woman is described as about 5 feet 3 inches tall, about 120 pounds. Police say she was wearing a dark coat with fur-type trim around the hood. Anybody who has information on the suspect is asked to call the East Wenatchee Police Department at 884-9511 or Rivercom's non-emergency number 663-9911. A North Central Washington State Legislature says now is the time for public broadband internet in Washington State. Representative Alex Ybarra of Quincy is a key sponsor of House Bill 1336 that would lift restrictions on cities, towns, and counties creating their own broadband services. Poor districts and PUDs would also be allowed to create broadband services, but only if there are no retail service providers that are willing to do so. In a hearing Wednesday, Ybarra said the bill is geared towards rural areas with few internet options.
For me, whatever the vehicle it takes to get broadband to our kids, that's what we need to do. Some of us, and maybe a lot of folks that are listening, don't know, but I was a school board member for 8 years, and I can just tell you that there was so many kids that didn't have internet in my school district and needed it. And with the pandemic that's going on, they need even more. In fact, not just the kids, but also the parents. There's pieces of the legislation that I'm going through that I probably want to change a little bit to make it a little bit better, so other folks can also provide the internet if the PUDs or the municipalities can't do it or are unwilling to do it. We want to make sure that other industries are able to supply that internet.
House Bill 1336 now goes to an executive hearing in the House Community and Economic Development Committee. That happens on Friday. The Chelan County PUD wants to help its largest customers save thousands on their power bill through an energy audit and systems upgrades with little or no cost to the consumer. Jim White is the Senior Energy Efficiency Engineer for the PUD, and he said one of its biggest power users, the Town Toyota Center, is a perfect example of how the program can be a big win for both the customer and the PUD. The Town Toyota Center program project began in 2016, was completed in 2019. White says it was fully funded by the PUD, which can then sell the power that it saves back on the open market.
We're talking $900,000, a lot of money that went into this project. And what this is through, because they're a local government, we have what we call our local government program. We are funding a higher incentive amount. We funded up to 100% of their costs to try to minimize the cost that these agencies have to put out of their pocket in order to come up with these funds. And for others, depending on the measure, we try to go up to 75% depending on how much energy savings. And in some cases, for heating and cooling equipment, it could actually even pay for 100% of the cost. And we don't have to build additional power lines and substations and things when we do conservation. So it saves us from having to spend money, plus we have additional power that we can sell that benefits and keeps our rates low.
And we began this project in 2016, and actually was done in 3 phases. The first one was the I-fiber rink, and that was the lighting in there. Then the second, we moved into the main arena, and that also wasn't just lighting, it was also HVAC efficiencies and all around there. And in the third phase was essentially everything else. It was offices, concession areas, public areas, meeting rooms, in those phases. So what it means, the number one, the cost savings turned out to be about 20% when we go back to what usage was from 2016 to early in 2020. You get brighter lights. So we all have a better product than we had before. And that's with the LED lights. You have less fixtures, but yet again, a much better product. And also, if you see behind me, it's allowed us to do complete colored lights. We can use it for whatever, to entertain public, whether we go blue, red, bounce back and forth. The also big part of that is you can actually go quick strike. Those who live in warehouses and you have the old lights, it's 9, 10, 12 minutes to warm up to full. And arenas always had to deal with that. Now, boom, go in and out. You can go dark, boom, then safety, you can come right back up on an instant basis. A monthly basis we're about $150,000 a month with all sold, so we're taking the savings into it is really meaning $10,000 to $12,000 per month. That is no longer a cost that we've had to make up, so incredible.
If you've ever kept your young kids occupied during the pandemic with YouTube, you're probably familiar with that guy, the children's entertainer called Blippi. Well, last Monday, the video personality visited the Wenatchee River Institute in Leavenworth to shoot an upcoming segment about bird watching. Blippi's creator originally hails from Ellensburg, and he's featured in other learning sites around the Northwest in his educational video series. Hello, Blippi. One more item of business to get to. I logged on to the site this morning for you to sign up to get vaccinations at the Town Toyota Center. It reopened yesterday at noon, and in a couple hours, gone. All the reservations have been taken. It took about 2 hours, according to the state's registration website, which I, again, logged on and looked. So all this week, vaccinations at the Town Toyota Center for COVID-19 have been booked, and when it reopens again, we'll let you know. And yes, I've been asked if I got a haircut. In fact, I got them all cut. Thank you very much. 17 minutes after the hour, Grant and Eric and Uriah and Cal and Tucker, if he shows up, we'll be putting together a newscast for you. And with the preview, here's Grant Olson.
Good Monday morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, more wet weather expected today and then unseasonably mild for the next couple of days. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast, and Eric Granstrom will be in with a look at the weekend sports action. That and all the day's news stories coming up tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Should be pointed out that Grant also got a haircut on Friday, but his is much less noticeable than mine, apparently. Get a hold of us if you got a news tip or you want to drop us a note. We'd love to hear from you, and you're good at it. You can go to our Facebook page and use the Messenger app and send us a note down the line. You can email us directly, news@ncwlife.com, news@ncwlife.com. You can pick up the telephone and give us a call at the number that you see at the bottom of your screen, or go to our homepage, ncwlife.com, and a form pops up if you want it. Just click on Contact and fill out the form. We'll get it here. 18 minutes after the hour, we're going to take a break. When we come back, sports, including the Huskies and Cougars. Their men's basketball teams did battle yesterday in Seattle. We'll also talk Gonzaga basketball as well. We'll have the obscure holiday, today in history, some celebrity birthdays. Everyone is entitled to Mike McNally's opinion. And another one of the video series from our friends at the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center, celebrating the 90th anniversary of Women Painters of Washington. It's all coming up. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington for 34 years. Arctic provides the finest heating and cooling air quality products for residential and commercial customers, along with prompt and professional customer service. Arctic also offers specialty services like custom sheet metal fabrication of ductwork, coil cleaning, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Arctic is available for emergency calls 24/7. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
Just about 20 minutes after the hour, let's talk about sports. Number one, Gonzaga had 6 players, count them 6, in double figures. They had no real problems down in Malibu. They beat Pepperdine on Saturday, 97-75. Gonzaga used an 11-0 run in the first half, took a lead it would never relinquish. Drew Timme led the way with 19 points. Andrew Nebhard came off the bench, scored 17. Bulldogs unbeaten on the year, 17-0. They are 8-0 in conference play. Isaac Bonton scoring 18 of his 25 points in the second half. Noah Williams added 21 points. Washington State topped the Huskies last night, 77-62. In the process, the Cougars snap a 6-game losing streak. Coach Kyle Smith, he said it was his team's best performance of the year.
It was really hard-fought game tonight. I thought we played really well and just kept our inside attack was really good. I thought Isaac controlled the game, and we really did a good job on the glass. They've been playing. Washington been playing really well, really hard to guard, and put us in some tough spots. But we were able to, sustain that throughout the game and played one of our best games of the year. Our bench. I thought Vova played great and played his role well and did a great job. And wanted Ryan and DJ. DJ had a moment there. He did well. He's going to glass, but we need a little more stability there, especially on the road. Got to be a little tougher.
Wazoo improves to 10-7 on the year. They're 3-7 in conference play, but the victory. The Huskies dropped to 3-12 on the year, 2-8 in conference play. On the women's college basketball Les Schwab scoreboard, take a look-see. Stanford jumped out to an early lead Friday, never looked back. Number 6 Cardinal down in Washington State, 77-49. Wazoo's Bella Murkatet led the Cougars with a career-high 17 points. Ula Matuga had 10. Wazoo dropped to 6-6 in the Pac-12 with a loss. Stanford is now 11-2. The Gonzaga women, they improved to 10-0 in West Coast Conference play Saturday. They beat St. Mary's 79-52. Okanagan's Jill Townsend led the Bulldogs with 20 points. Jen Worth had 14. The 18th-ranked Bulldogs 15-2 overall on the season. On Sunday, number 6 Stanford held Washington to 9. Count them 9 first quarter points en route to a 74-48 win over the Dogs. Quay Miller was the only UW player who made it into double figures. She had 14. Washington saw its overall record fall to 4-8 on the year, 1-8 in conference play. Coming up this afternoon, Haley Van Lith's number 1 ranked Louisville Cardinals have their toughest challenge of the year so far. Now, coming into the weekend, North Carolina State was ranked 2nd in the country behind Louisville. That is until it was upset. They got beat Saturday by Virginia Tech in overtime. And number 3 UConn also upset on Saturday, falling to number 19 Arkansas. The Cardinals remain the only undefeated team in the AP Top 25. They hope to remain that way today. Louisville and North Carolina State tip off at 4 o'clock this afternoon on ESPN2. Pitchers and catchers are supposed to report to spring training in a couple of weeks, but a proposal to delay camp and the regular season by Major League Baseball could change that because there is rising COVID cases in Florida and Arizona, and that's, of course, where spring training is held. So Major League Baseball has proposed delaying the start of spring training until March 22nd and the regular season until April 28th. This would also cut the regular season from 162 games to 154 games. Now, there's probably no one more eager to start training camp than Seattle outfielder Mitch Hannigan. And Mitch Haniger, remember, he missed the entire year last year. He had back surgery. He says he's taken that time away to work on his body and has a new appreciation for the game of baseball.
Injuries can derail your career, but at the same time, I think you can come back stronger from them if you put in the time and learn your body better and kind of understand, why those things happen. And I think I've had a good handle on things, and I've been excited to get back out there. And last year's been a long one, but I'm really happy with how things are going now. I'm just trying to look forward to the future. I think a lot of rust can be eliminated through training hard and working out in the cage and making your training environment very challenging. And I think that's exactly what I've done all off season, and tried to make my work in the cage a lot more as realistic as it can be. Yeah, I'm really excited. It's funny. It seems like every year I show up to spring training, there's a big roster change and a bunch of new guys to meet. So at least I know a good amount this year coming back in, and we're looking forward to, going after and trying to win a World Series. I think that's hopefully is every one of those guys' goal that shows up in our clubhouse.
His swing is a lot like mine. What do the Major League Baseball Players Association feel about the possible changes? We don't know yet. When we find out, we will let you know. And in case you missed it on Friday, Ken Griffey Jr. is back in baseball in a unique way. The former Mariner Hall of Famer. He's been hired by Major League Baseball as a senior advisor to Commissioner Rob Manfred. Griffey's role will have a special emphasis on baseball operations and youth baseball development, particularly regarding improving diversity at amateur levels of the game. So they're asking the kid to make baseball cool for kids. What did juniors say? And I'm quoting now, "I'm humbled to be asked to work with Major League Baseball in this role. It would be an honor to represent the best sport in the world and to promote our game among today's youth," end quote. Good to see Junior back. Let's go to the Les Schwab NHL scoreboard. From Sunday, New Jersey won at Buffalo 5-3. Carolina, they won its fourth straight. They beat Dallas 4-3 in a shootout. Florida edged Detroit 3-2. Chicago topped Columbus 3-1. Kevin Hayes won it in overtime with his fifth goal of the season. Philadelphia topping the Islanders 4-3. The Blues skated in Anaheim, came away with a 4-1 win. Jonas Broden's goal, 18 seconds in overtime, lifted Minnesota over Colorado 4-3. James Neal lit the lamp twice. Edmonton exploded for 5 first period goals. They routed Ottawa 8-5. And here's your schedule for today in the NHL. Take a look-see. Penguins skate in New York. The Bruins are in Washington. The Lightning host the Predators. Vancouver will be at Montreal. The Jets and Flames drop the puck at 5. The Golden Knights still have COVID problems, so their game in San Jose has been postponed. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Monday, the first day of February. I had 3 obscure holidays to choose from. Today is National Get Up Day. I celebrated that at 3:46 this morning when I got out of bed. So check that one off the list. Today is National Serpent Day. Now, and I try to avoid the food-related obscure holidays, but hey, baked Alaska. I mean, it's fantastic. Who loves it? You take a little ice cream, put it in a pie dish, you line it with slices of sponge cake, you top it with a little meringue, and then you take the entire dessert and you put it in a really, really, really hot oven for just a real quick time, so that way the meringue caramelizes, but the ice cream doesn't melt. It's a great combination of hot and cold. Supposedly, the term baked Alaska was coined at Antone's, a legendary Nolans restaurant, back in 1867. It's not true. Nearest we could find Delmenico's restaurant is the one who gets the credit for it. They called it Alaska, Florida, because it was a combination of really cold and really hot. I don't care what you call it. Just make sure it's on my plate come dessert. You don't see too many restaurants served baked Alaska because it's got to be cooked and then served really immediately to have that party in your mouth. Happy National Baked Alaska Day today. 28 minutes after the hour, today in history. The Billboard Hot 100 for the week ending February 1st, 1964. There is your top 5, and sitting at number 1, I Want to Hold Your Hand by John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr. The Beatles go to number 1 for the first time on the Billboard Hot 100. The old saying is, it ain't number 1 unless it's number 1 in Billboard, and there it is. It would stay at number 1 for 7 consecutive weeks. It was then replaced by another Beatles song, which was then replaced by another Beatles song. They would have 19 additional number 1 hits on the Billboard Hot 100 between this date in 1964 and in the summer of 1970. Over the next 6 years, 20 number 1 hits, most of all time. But they first hit the top of the charts on this date 57 years ago today. February 1st, 1979. This is not going to end well. Yeah. Iranian Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini returns to Tehran after nearly 15 years in exile. The first thing he did is he threw all the foreigners out of the country, and within 10 days they had a revolution. The Shah, of course, was gone. The hostages were taken. Ayatollah Khomeini returns to Iran, and things went real cattywampus real quick. This is the 18th anniversary of another tragedy in the space area. Space Shuttle Columbia, on its re-entry into Earth, disintegrates into the Earth as it entered into the Earth's atmosphere. All 7 astronauts on board were killed. Most of the debris ended up in the North Texas area. This is how it was reported 18 years ago today from WFAA Dallas-Fort Worth.
A few minutes ago, it was about 8 o'clock because we had just started at the top of this hour. The Space Shuttle Columbia was going over North Texas. You're looking at a live picture now of Mission Control. And this was the shuttle going over North Texas. At the time, it looked like a normal re-entry because the shuttle would normally light up in re-entry because of the heat of the friction of the Earth's atmosphere. But then we began to see this.
If you'll notice here, it looks like you can see pieces of the shuttle coming off.
Pieces of the shuttle coming off, and NASA, we can confirm that the shuttle is behind schedule. It was to land in Florida. There you see what appears to be multiple pieces of the shuttle.
We cannot confirm whether this is an indication that the shuttle broke up upon re-entry or not.
Well, we can confirm right now that NASA has told us shuttle was at an altitude of 200,000 feet, traveling at 12,000 miles an hour. When Mission Control confirms it lost contact, there's been no further communication with the shuttle Columbia.
18 years ago today, I remember it. And finally, of course, this is Super Bowl time, so let's do some Super Bowls. February 1st, 2004, 17 years ago today, the Patriots defeat the Carolina Panthers 32-29 to win Super Bowl XXXVIII, Super Bowl 38 in Houston. This is one of the very best Super Bowls that was ever played. Without question, the entire Super Bowl was overshadowed by the famed Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake wardrobe malfunction. This was this Super Bowl. Beginning with this game, Super Bowl 38, all the Super Bowl games since this have always been played on the first Sunday in February every year, and that is the way it will pencil out for the foreseeable future. This game set the record, by the way, for the most Roman numerals in a Super Bowl title. There are 7 of them. Yeah, for Super Bowl XXXVIII. It's Roman numerals. Come on, NFL. Anyway, this is not going to be matched until Super Bowl 78, which will be Super Bowl LXXVIII. Super Bowl 78 will be held after the 2043 NFL season. I won't be around to be watching that one. Just before the start of the second half, a British streaker by the name of Mark Roberts ran onto the field disguised as a referee. He quickly undressed and performed a dance wearing only a thong. He was tackled to the ground by Patriots linebacker Matt Chathman. He was arrested, fined $1,000 for trespassing. Great football game. Contest finally was decided when Adam Vinatieri kicked a 41-yard field goal with 4 seconds left, and the Patriots win. Good game, 32-29. Great game. This is the anniversary of Super Bowl XLIII. February 1st, 2009, 12 years ago, Pittsburgh defeats Arizona, the Cardinals, at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, which is where this year's Super Bowl will be played on Sunday. With this victory, the Steelers became the first team to win 6 Super Bowl championships. This was right in the middle of the Great Recession with all the cutbacks and the economic downturn. The game was dubbed the Recession Bowl. In fact, Ford, Chrysler, and General Motors, the big 3 automobile makers, did not even bother to buy television advertisements. What's the point? People can't afford to buy cars right now. During the broadcast of this Super Bowl 12 years ago in Tucson, Arizona, the over-the-air TV feed was hacked in the fourth quarter, and for 30 seconds, viewers were treated to a porn film that was currently being broadcast on the Playboy channel. And finally, 6 years ago today, give the ball to Marshawn Lynch. February 1st, 2015, 6 years ago today, the Patriots beat the Seahawks 28-24. Super Bowl XLIX, Super Bowl 49 in Glendale, Arizona. This was the Super Bowl, the very first Super Bowl that was played in a retractable roof stadium where they actually had the roof opened. And this Super Bowl, when the Seahawks lost to the Patriots, remains to this day the most watched program in American television history. Give the ball to the beast. I let it go. Birthdays. Considered by many to be the greatest director in American history, John Ford, born on this date in 1894, of course known for Westerns more than anything else, and his longtime collaboration with the Duke, John Wayne. John Ford, born in the state in 1894, died in 1973 at the age of 79. He won the Academy Award for Best Director 4 times, more than anybody else, for The Informer, The Grapes of Wrath, How Green Was My Valley, and The Quiet Man. Ironically enough, 4 Academy Awards for Best Director. None of those movies were Westerns. even though that's what he was known for. John Ford, born in the state in 1894, and his movies are good. Speaking of Hollywood, the king of Hollywood, Clark Gable, born in the state in 1901, died of a heart attack at the age of 59 in 1960. He was Adolf Hitler's favorite actor, and when he was in the United States Army and Air Force during World War II, Adolf Hitler offered a sizable reward to anybody who could capture and bring Clark Gable to him unscathed. Clark Gable, Hollywood legend, born in 1901. And happy 84th birthday to Don Everly of the Everly Brothers. Don Everly is 84 years old today. He and Jerry Lee Lewis are the last two surviving members of the inaugural class of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, inducted back in 1986. They were down to just two. His brother Phil passed away about 5 years ago. 36 minutes after the hour, got an opinion from Mike McNaughty. And then once again for the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. Women Painters of Washington celebrate their 90th anniversary. We're going to get a virtual tour of the exhibit that was held with Judith Heim and Jennifer Evanhus. It's coming up. Why don't you wake up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
Are you ready to freshen up your home? Boswell's expansive two-story showroom is filled with high-quality furniture that's always discounted to give you their best price every day. Boswell's is receiving new furniture deliveries each week, so you'll be sure to find just what you need for your home without the wait. Complimentary design assistance and free local delivery. Superior customer service and the best value for your money. Start at Boswell's on Easy Street. It's closer than you think.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills. A chill is in the air and it's a perfect time for some old-fashioned comfort food like our amazing Eggs Benedict, chicken fried steak, French dips, soups made from scratch, or fruit pies fresh from the oven. The crowds might be gone, but we're still here for you folks, so bring an appetite and a friend to Blueberry Hills in Manson, where you pick, you sit, you eat, and you visit. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 to 3. wildaboutberries.com.
Contractors, furniture makers, and weekend do-it-yourselfers around north central Washington will tell you that Lombard's Hardwood Supply is the place to get what you need. Lombard's full millwork shop can handle jobs large or small. Lombard's has a full line of interior and exterior doors available, as well as custom barn doors. From alderwood to zebrawood and everything in between, it's Lombard's Hardwood Supply on School Street in Sunny Slope. Like us on Facebook and check out our monthly special.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, recently on Facebook, a very conservative person took exception to my post that the Republicans simply had to face up to some things, like Trump lost the election, Hillary's never going to jail. You just got to realize that's what's going to happen. Now, this person evidently took exception to this, and they posted, Mike, I've lost all respect for you. And then, on another day, a very liberal social justice warrior friend took me to task for not confronting what that person perceived as the bigotry and prejudice I tolerate on the posts of other people. So I have both liberals and conservatives kicking my butt and getting on me about one thing or another. To me, this just goes to show that I must be doing something right. Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Take on the new year in a new Ford from Pat Armstrong Ford. From premium grade muscle to unparalleled performance, take on any payload. The all-new 2021 Ford F-150 at Pat Armstrong Ford. Take on any adventure. take on every thrill. The all-new 2021 Bronco Sport and 2021 Mustang Mach-E. Built to take on every resolution at Pat Armstrong Ford. We are community strong in East Wenatchee.
Doghouse Motorsports just won Best Motorsports Store for the 7th year in a row. Is it the great facility? Is it the fantastic products? Or is it?
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Tabor.
I'm Mike. And I'm Glenn.
Hi, I'm Todd.
I'm Jeff.
And this is the Doghouse Service Team.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And I'm Dwayne.
And I'm Kathy.
Come on in and experience the Doghouse.
Are you in the doghouse?
Is search engine optimization right for my business? Maybe. Studies show the first and second search results get 50% of all the clicks. But you have to fight national chains to get there. If the user has to scroll down to find you, tough luck. You could hide a dead body on page 2 and the whole zombie apocalypse on page 3. Or you could spend less and get an ad in the Impact Big Print phone book, giving local businesses a chance to shine.
Impact Directories. Bigger print, better book.
Succession is leading the way for a new generation of Chelan wineries. Named Platinum Winemaker of the Year in 2017 and the one to watch in 2018 by Wine Press, Succession is setting the pace. Award-winning wines are just a part of the overall experience. Add live music on Sundays and fantastic views, and you have it all. Succession Wines, located on the north shore of Lake Chelan between Chelan and Manson.
Hello, and welcome to the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. I'm Exhibits Curator Casey Koski. I'm happy to present to you the Raising Our Voice Empowering Women exhibit in celebration of 100 years of women's suffrage. This exhibit was generously sponsored by the Icicle Fund, the Washington State Historical Society, the Spadell Benson Attorneys at Law, the Woods Family Art and Music Fund, and through an anonymous donation. This exhibit is in partnership with the Washington State Historical Society and the group Women Painters of Washington. I would like to congratulate the Women Painters of Washington on their 90th anniversary celebration in 2020 and the completion of a number of beautiful and successful exhibits around the state. Their exhibit, The Legacy Continues, Empowering Women, has been an honor to install in our gallery. The works included in this exhibit are a fascinating and wonderful testament to the joys and challenges of womanhood. I will turn this presentation over to Judith Heim, President of Women Painters of Washington, to give you some history on the organization.
Hello, my name is Judith Heim, and I'm here today at the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center, and I am going to put my mask down so that I can talk to you a little more easily. I'm president of Women Painters of Washington, and we are here because we're having an exhibit in the gallery, and it's called The Legacy Continues, Empowering Women. And Women Painters of Washington was founded at the beginning of the Great Depression in 1930, just 10 years after women were given the right to vote nationally. So we're very pleased to be here, and as you will see, our artists embrace a wide range of styles and mediums, and I think you'll enjoy our show. But I want to tell you a little bit about the history of our organization first. We were formed by 6 artists in 1930, and they met at a portrait class that was held at the institution that eventually became known as the Seattle Art Museum. Their purpose was to empower professional women artists to create, exhibit, and market their work while fostering art appreciation in their communities and throughout the state. This largely came about because in 1929, a professional group had been formed for men, but women were excluded, and so it was that Women Painters of Washington was born. Since then, over 1,000 women have been members of our organization, and some of our early members were WPA mural artists, and one such person was Peggy Strong, whose mural is here behind me. This building used to be the Wenatchee Post Office, and in the 1930s, the Works Progress Administration formed and commissioned artists to do murals in public buildings throughout the country. So it is here permanently. And so I think it's very serendipitous that we are exhibiting in this venue today and for the few months to come. Since then, over 1,000 women have been members of Women Painters of Washington. And today we currently have over 150. We meet monthly and operate our own gallery in the Columbia Tower at 5th and Columbia in Seattle. We have 2 juried shows yearly since we are a statewide organization, and we try to have those in various places throughout the state. And so we're very honored to be showing our work at the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. Now I'd like to turn this over to Jennifer Ovenhouse, who is our juror for this show, and we're just very pleased to have her. Thank you.
I now present the Artist Edge Award to Low Tide Discovering. I returned again and again to this piece. I can relate to the low tide and the act of discovery. I love being on the beach and finding little treasures along the way, which might be depicted by the wonderful golden orange areas here. It's simply a beautiful, evocative scene. The more you gaze at it, the more is revealed. Congratulations. Presenting the Jack Richardson Award. Beyond the Pain, number 2. The artist talks about a window being a link between a woman's domestic life and that of freedom. I see a multitude of opportunities, each unique, just waiting for us to take the first step. I love how each is revealed by the pulling away of paint in this oil and cold wax piece. Congratulations. We now have the Holbein Award. Joyeux Femmes won. This is an ethereal piece spanning generations of women influenced by the courage of those who dared to make a difference. It's a very effective medium for this kind of message. I love the images done on plexiglass and the effect of the span of generations. It's very effective. Congratulations. We now have the Winsor Newton Award. Let Mother Vote. This is not only a strong composition, but offers a contemporary narrative for today's political climate. I love the collage elements the artist used to get her message across. It's a strong piece. Congratulations. Presenting the Art and Soul Gift Certificate Award. Not for Sissies. The artist speaks to women enduring failure and ridicule before gaining the right to vote. These women definitely show us the power of perseverance. The color red represents power, and the woman's crossed arms says it all. Congratulations. Now I present the Betty Jo Fitzgerald Memorial Award. It's called Multitasking. Multitasking is part of everyday life for women. The high contrast and movement kept drawing me back to this piece. I love the unique composition. The figure is right in the middle, but it still works. And it kind of keeps us off balance. The texture and form is a feast for the eye. Congratulations. And now I present the third place award. Imagine. The artist speaks to creative exploration. Imagine a new reality. As women, we must continue to explore and imagine. I could get lost in this piece. There are so many images I see from my past. And the more I look, the more it's revealed. I love the colors, and the composition is one that you can, again, get lost in. Congratulations. Now we have our second place award, and it goes to equality. It's a monotype, and the artist talks about gender equality, which is so important these days. I see male and female figures here. They could be shadows or ghosts from generations past. I love the texture and the lines and the haphazard splashes of ink on the surface. It's a very appealing composition. Congratulations. And now we have the first place award. Goes to The Ceiling Can't Hold Us. This definitely is an affirmation of the human spirit. Powerful in its creative use of color, texture, and movement. A true celebration of hope and courage. Congratulations.
So I want to thank everyone involved in the planning and realization of this exhibit amidst the curse of living in interesting times and having to deal with the COVID challenge. A special thanks to Casey Koski and her staff for doing a beautiful job of coordinating, hanging the show, and creating a very sophisticated virtual tour, which I hope you enjoy watching. And I also want to give a special thanks to Jennifer Ovenhouse for doing a wonderful job during our show, and to Nancy Rothwell, who was our show chair and worked endlessly and tirelessly to find just the perfect venue for us, and she certainly did. And Ellen Bustede, who's our exhibits coordinator. And the two of them spent endless hours coordinating and putting all of this together and making it happen. And we also had a mysterious and anonymous benefactor who funded the shipping of all the paintings from Western Washington, which is about 2/3 of the show. So I just want to thank everyone that made this show a success. And we have, it takes a village. We have the Eastern Washington Village. We have the Western Washington Village, and it all came together beautifully. And so I just want to thank you all, to everybody who contributed to the success of this project. Thank you again.
How much are you paying for adult, family, or assisted living? Epladolin Retirement and Assisted Living offers one-bedroom apartments for one affordable price. Their rates are all-inclusive, no nickel or diming or sudden increases, just one set price. You or your loved one will receive good food and excellent care in a relaxed, home-like environment. Stop on by for a tour to see if the Epladolin family is the right choice for you.
Family owned and operated. Epladolin Retirement and Assisted Living in Cashmere. Affordable care.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill in East Wenatchee. Highlander Grill offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner with dine-in or takeout options. Highlander Grill's friendly staff is here to serve you 7 days a week this winter. Contact Shalane, Highlander Grill's site coordinator, to schedule your corporate event or special occasion.
While it may be hard to resist those big brown eyes and pleading face, many people aren't aware that people food can be dangerous to pets. And it's not just because of the added weight gain. Some foods are downright dangerous, including chocolate. For a detailed list of dangerous foods, go online to pawsandclawsvh.com. If you suspect your pet has eaten something dangerous, please call Dr. Shauna Baez and her staff at 888-PAWS, as your pet's health is important to us.
Winter is a great time to trade in your current hot tub. Turn your old hot tub into money with Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa's trade-in program. You can save $500 to $1,000 off of any new artesian spa or take advantage of a free Bluetooth music experience. Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa recommends draining your hot tub every 3 months. Ask us about our drain and refill special. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa today.
And we are back. It is the first day of February 2021, but man, are we in for some warm weather. Let's take a look at the forecast one more time. From the National Weather Service, 40 today, and if you think that's going to be warm, look at the rest of the week. There's a frontal system. It's just kind of sitting there. It's kind of stalled out over the weekend, which is why we're going to get a little bit of light rain. Nothing heavy, just off and on intermittent light rain for most of the day today. Top off at 40 degrees, 34 for the overnight low tonight. The snow, that slow-moving front gets out of here on Tuesday. Look at the high, 48 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Bountiful sunshine Wednesday, clouds and sun back and forth on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Unbelievably mild for this time of year. The only precipitation we have in the forecast for the Wenatchee Valley is in the form of rain, and most of that will come down today. By the time the snow level drops towards the middle of the week, it doesn't matter because there's no wetness out there. As far as the mountain passes are concerned, you're good to go. Don't worry about it. I-90, there you go. No advisories, no restrictions. The roadway is bare and wet. They still have a traction tire advisory on Stevens. Kind of snowy up there, but no real problems at all. And Blewett Pass. No advisories, no restrictions. It is raining on Blewett Pass. That's it for us. Everybody have a good and safe first day of February. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.